Welcome to Unapologetic. I'm Will Poznan. I'm joined by my co-host, Kiah Stokes of the Las Vegas Aces.
Yeah.
That will only make sense if people are watching the video.
Oh, yeah.
And Myke Mulder of the Orlando Magic.
What's up, y'all? I don't got any gear to do that. So.
Yeah, Kiah lifted, anybody listening audio only, she lifted the emblem on her t-shirt of the Vegas Aces. Proud member.
I just happened to be wearing it, yes. Yeah. Proud member, I am.
So I haven't talked to you guys since Thanksgiving, so I wanted to know how did you guys celebrate? If you celebrate, no pressure to celebrate, especially like Kiah, you're in Turkey, so you don't have to celebrate American holidays. But did you?
Half my team is American, so we're okay. We just had a little potluck dinner. It was good. Had some drinks, a little bit of wine. It was fun. It was a nice chill night. Food was great, and they took all the leftovers, so I only had it one time, and that was it.
Yeah. Did you cook anything?
I don't really cook. I can make buffalo chicken dip, so anyone that actually has been around me, or basically whoever's been around me knows that I can only make like 3 things, and that's one of them. It's my specialty, but it's
buffalo chicken dip. Is there chicken in that, or is it just what is buffalo chicken dip?
Chicken. What do you mean? What is it?
I've never had
chicken dip.
I've dipped buffalo chicken into blue cheese. I've never had buffalo chicken dip.
It's just like a dip, like just a dip.
I know other dips. It's not like I've never heard a dip before. I've just never heard of that one.
Yeah, you just like dip a chip in it, or and then eat it. I don't know how to explain.
No, I know how dipping works. I was curious about the cooking part of it, how you make it.
Yeah, it's just like, you put some chicken and some cheese and some cream cheese and some hot sauce and like throw it all in a bowl, shred the chicken, bake it in the oven. It's like super easy. But everybody around me loves it. They think it's so hard, but it's like 5 ingredients and it's so easy. It takes like 30 minutes.
It's so fire, Will. You got to get some. It's so fire.
Man,
I'll try to, next time I see you, I'll try to bring you some. I'll probably forget. I'm lying. Like, I probably won't make you any, but in my mind, it sounds
You don't have to tell. People here don't need to know that. We're going to edit out the part where she says she's lying. And be like, wow, Kiah is going to travel across the country with buffalo chicken dip.
There you go.
Or if you ever come to a game, that's easier.
Yeah. You'll just have it in the locker room. That'll be worse than the Gilbert Arenas situation. You just have a locker room smelling like buffalo chicken dip.
Or you put it in a package and put it in the fridge, and then you take it home, put it in the microwave. See, I'm a problem solver. You just causing problems. See, I'm
Myke, how did you celebrate Thanksgiving?
All right, so I'm Canadian, so we celebrate Thanksgiving like a month before you guys. So I never get a true Thanksgiving, to be honest. I'm over here for Canadian Thanksgiving. So I just kind of like call my family, what's up guys? Happy Thanksgiving, whatever. And then for American Thanksgiving, they always do say, this is like a disclaimer. My teammates will be like, oh, my house is open, like come through, blah, blah. I'm always like, yeah, maybe. But then I usually just take the off day. So I just kind of just chilled and took the off day. And basically business as usual. It wasn't too big a deal for me.
Do you guys have another holiday on Thanksgiving? Is Boxing Day on Thanksgiving?
No, Boxing Day is the day after Christmas.
Okay.
It's like you get deals on everything no one wanted for Christmas, apparently.
So like Black Friday?
Yeah, it is like a Black Friday. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I feel like I should know this. Because I feel I have a lot of Canadian friends, but still I don't know anything.
It's not a huge thing for sure.
Oh, it's not? I just see on the calendar. You know how you have like a calendar and it'll just say Boxing Day on it.
Yeah, I don't know what got Boxing Day started or why it's called that either. I don't know. So,
do you know why your Thanksgiving is a month before ours? Are you guys just thankful earlier in the year?
I don't know. We're just so thankful. Yeah, like I have no idea. We just can't wait that long, so we just get to it early. I guess I don't know.
Them Canadians, man, they're so nice. Just always thankful.
I know.
It's crazy.
Man, it's all year for us.
So right after Thanksgiving, this is the one I guess bummer of a topic, but. Right after Thanksgiving, the Rittenhouse verdict gets announced. He gets acquitted. The part I'm curious about is what were the conversations like in locker rooms around that trial and also around the trial for the murderers of Ahmaud Arbery?
I think for the Rittenhouse trial, there wasn't there wasn't huge conversations about like, oh, whether or not he's going to get acquitted or things like that. That's the unfortunate part. I think most of us thought, oh, he's probably going to get away with this. And then as the trial was progressing, you could watch and see like, oh man, it seems like there's biases everywhere. It seems like it just doesn't seem like this is going to go in the direction that a lot of people hoped. But mainly in the locker room, our main thought, like we were playing the Bucks like the next day. So we were like, man, last time when this originally happened, they protested and didn't play their game. So like, are we going to have a game tomorrow? We just kind of waited to hear. And as far as I knew, everyone kind of just went on. Like, I think it was just not a shock to them. And they had already protested the issue. So I don't think they wanted to like lose the game over it. So yeah, everyone was kind of bummed out. But like, unfortunately, no one was surprised by the verdict. You see that type of thing time and time again. So that's the unfortunate part of the world we live in today, for real.
Yeah, it was also so weird and also expected how the judge was just telegraphing that this wasn't going to be a fair trial the whole time to kind of get you ready for that verdict in the end. I have a lot of family in Atlanta, and they were saying that similar stuff was happening there, but at the same time, the jury was mixed there. Like in apparently in the Rittenhouse case, like all those jurors in that community, that was also like an indicator of how it was going to go. But they had a mixture in Atlanta, so it went a different way. Kiah, did you guys talk about it? I imagine you did, because
yeah, I mean, our team is, like I said, half American. All the foreigners that are American are Black or mixed with Black, so it was tough, but it wasn't unexpected. It's just like disappointing, and I feel like that's the only word that we use. Like, we're not surprised, we're just disappointed. Like, it's still happening. So it was just like, it is like a bummer, and we just can't do anything about it. And it's like we fight and fight and fight, yet this is still happening, and this dude can drive across state lines and just kill people at a protest, and everything's cool.
It reminds me of the January 6th insurrection stuff, the way that people are, you thought it was going to be a rock bottom moment and people were going to realize something and change. And all that we realized is, oh no, it's going to have to be a lower rock bottom before anybody makes any kind of adjustment.
Yeah.
Well, I got,
wait, hold on. Your baby's crying in the background.
I know. Right? I literally. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna shut the door to the bedroom that they're in, because I texted them to, and it hasn't. I'm gonna edit out this part.
No, you got real life shit going on. Don't worry about it.
You know how we have like segments for the section, so it'll say like Thanksgiving or Beyonce. This section is going to be called "Will airs out his wife for no reason." No, I'm gonna just shut the door and we'll heard
it. I couldn't tell if you had, because you had your headphones in, but I was
no, I can hear it. I sent a few text messages about it. I'm gonna shut that door. 1 second.
I'm like, damn, because if I'm listening, ain't no baby crying, but
the baby doing its best Rittenhouse impression.
That's not even funny.
Oh shit!
Yo, his fake cry.
Can you guys still hear it?
Hey, Will, your baby doing the Rittenhouse impression over there.
That's hilarious. That's the worst thing that anyone's ever said about my kid.
Ever said about my baby?
I mean, I don't think.
I feel so bad for laughing.
You know what's the worst thing too is that his face does look kind of like a generic baby. And
I'm calling him baby a generic baby. Oh man.
No, I'm saying Rittenhouse's face. Not my baby's face is adorable. Rittenhouse is a generic baby face. Baby. So you can like take Rittenhouse's face and put it on a baby and it will work. Man,
you gotta be careful. He's suing people for this. We gotta be careful here.
Yeah. Well, clearly we got to be careful if we're comparing people's children to Kyle Rittenhouse. I mean, I wouldn't even compare Kyle Rittenhouse's siblings to Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah. They need.
I feel so bad for laughing. It's not even funny, but like, damn.
Nah, it's funny.
It should be funny.
You know how I am. I read that stuff. That's funny. I mean, yeah. So should we go? Okay, so let's pick it up here. So where do we want to go next from all of that? Do we want to talk music or basketball? Because I got stuff for both.
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay, let's talk a little music, because I think one of the things that over the last week and a half that's been really cool is it felt like there was a lot of competition at the very top of female pop. Like all of those artists did something really interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the 4 artists who I think like were competing to win that week, and I just want you to rank them.
Right.
And
okay,
I know, Kiah, this is gonna be tough for you because we got a couple of your favorites in here. So here are the
oh
accomplishments,
no.
and
All
and I want you to rank these, and then we're gonna talk about them. So
right,
first we got Beyonce with the song on the King Richard movie that felt like a pretty iconic song for at least a moment. Then we got Adele putting out her album, which, you know, Adele fans are calling the greatest album of all time. We have Cardi B being the first face of Playboy since Hugh Hefner. She's the official face of Playboy moving forward. And lastly, we have Riri freeing Barbados from the United Kingdom. So, Kiah, I think I know at least what you got in pole position, but let's start with you. How would you rank which female pop artist won the month of November?
Rihanna. What? Are you crazy?
Can you guys still hear my kid? You guys can still hear her, right? Crying in another room?
Loud.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll just mute myself whenever I'm not talking.
You're good.
Okay. Well, as I was saying, Rihanna, by far, she's like my favorite. If I met her in real life, I might faint. I don't know. And then I would probably go Cardi B. I like her. I think she's so funny. I think she is as real as it can be. Like the way she tweets, the way she talks, she doesn't hold back. She is 100% herself all the time. I think it's dope. And then Beyonce, and then Adele. Not like I don't like Adele, but like out of the other 3, it's just like, you know. And then Beyonce is only one song, so like I kind of wanted a little more. Maybe I'm just being selfish, but that's what it is.
No. I mean, either way, you're gonna piss off a fan base. But I think, you know, when people call this out, when this album wins every category at the Grammys, and then people hear Kiah going, "Oh yeah, one Beyonce song tops it." People are gonna have your back, but at the same time, the Beyonce people are not gonna have your back because you put her third. But the Navy is gonna have your back for sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I'm just like I love Adele. I love her music, but I don't want to say I didn't like her album because I did. I just
didn't like it as much as the one before it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Just like Drake's. I'm a big Drake fan, but I didn't like it. I'm better than like Nothing Was the Same or Take Care. But anyways, I don't know. I had to really pick again.
Well, he's coming up later, but Adele does a really smart thing and just calls the album what age she is at the time, and it just makes every album feel iconic. And also, you go, well, you can't really criticize it because this is what she is at 30. Like, you can't argue with it.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, I can argue with Donda because I'm like, how is that about your mom? You know? But like, Adele is 30 and she made an album about being 30.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Myke, do you have the same order?
I got a close order. Yeah, Rihanna and Beyonce, they got to fight it out for the crown up there. And then I definitely got Cardi B after that, and Adele last. Adele last only because like I haven't listened to the full album. Didn't someone get in trouble for saying this? I haven't listened to the full album, but it's been played in my locker room, and it's pretty good. I don't know. I got to give it a good listen. But Adele's.
Oh, y'all be bumping Adele? That's surprising.
They bump Adele, man. They bump Adele. Shout out Mo Wagner. He be bumping the Adele. but no, it's I feel like when it comes to music, Adele did the most this week or this month. But that's just my order. I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate it with one caveat, which is that one of our, I guess, pipe dreams, Hail Mary pipe dreams, is to have LeBron on this podcast. And now that you've dissed his best friend's girlfriend in a really sinister way, you guys both put her in fourth. That'll most definitely never happen.
But you didn't diss her. Oh my gosh.
I mean, you put her fourth, both of you, unanimous fourth.
She's my fourth favorite in that order, like in that group.
Exactly.
It's not. I think
she only gave us 4 options.
She had the best month. but she's my fourth favorite.
Okay, so if I add in like Chloe Bailey for that music video that people really like, is she below Adele or above Adele? Oh, now she's fifth?
Nah, I didn't see the video, so I don't know. I didn't see it.
It's questionable.
So...
It's questionable.
It's a good video. You should check out the video. It's what's it called? Have Mercy? No Mercy? Something like that. It's a good video.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out maybe. I don't know.
All right, some other music news. Drake pulled himself out of consideration for the Grammys. Did you guys see that?
I heard that.
Yeah, I didn't hear why though. I didn't really look into it.
I think he thinks he's not going to win. Maybe he feels like it gives Cole a better chance of winning if he's not in it. I think my theory is he probably just doesn't want to lose to Donda, but I don't think Donda should win or will win. I think Tyler will win, but we'll see. I mean, Thug wasn't in it. It doesn't matter. If you're not going to put Thug in the category and he has the best album of the year, then I'm not going to care about it. Yeah. But that's where I'm at. Where are you guys at with that?
I didn't know. I didn't hear why he pulled out, and I guess no one really knows still. But that is odd. Drake been collecting Grammys, so I was surprised he pulled out. But I'm voting Cole definitely.
Yeah.
I
mean, if he pulled out, he got a reason for it. Pause that.
For sure.
If he removed his album, he got a reason.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go with that.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just go right to some basketball stuff. So did you see that Kyrie said that he's going to take the vaccine now when it becomes plant-based, or that got leaked? I don't know if it got leaked by a source close to Kyrie, but apparently this whole thing was over Kyrie being a vegan and not wanting to put I don't know. I think that this is an out. I think that Kyrie. Okay, you know what? I won't say what I think.
No,
you're rubbing your temples.
Tired. This is tired. Like new reason every week with this.
So you don't trust the vegan thing?
I don't. No, and until Kyrie comes out and says what the reason is, I can't take a reason. Like it's this and that, and it's about rights, and it's about veganism. Like I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't know. If it was about rights, I thought that was one thing. But also, it didn't make sense that certain players could play in New York if they're unvaccinated, but he couldn't. I never really understood that rule, so that didn't make sense to me. So if that's I still don't get that. But if he wants to get vaccinated, congrats. I hope he does, because we miss him, watching him on the court. But also, if he gets vaccinated, I feel like he's going against what he said. And now if he's just doing it because it's vegan, what is a vegan vaccine anyways? I didn't even know, was there meat products in the one that I got?
Yeah, there's human, I think. I think there's human cells. And Kyrie didn't want to put, I think this was always the escape plan was you just go, well, I'm a vegan. I don't want to put human cells in my body. So
But are they even human cells? I thought it wasn't real DNA. I feel like I should know this more, because we definitely had many video sessions before we got the vaccine for the league, and I probably should have paid more attention. But I don't know. So it doesn't. I guess it's vegan. It's not vegan. Whatever. I'm gonna ask my mom. She's a doctor.
Yeah, I do think that Kyrie deserves some credit, because I've learned so much more about the vaccine because of him than when I was leading up to take it myself. I've done so much more reading following Kyrie with the vaccine than just, my mom and dad both already got the Pfizer, I'll get the Pfizer too. That was my thought process.
That was mine.
Yeah, I was just
with my decision.
Yeah, I just wanted to eat inside and not test on off days. But no, this is definitely the funniest reason. This one entertains me. It's the vegan vaccine, plant-based, the impossible vaccine. I'm excited to hear more.
Is he gonna be a snob too about it? Is he gonna show
in my
up on
face
the court
about it?
Oh, you guys got an animal cruelty vaccine. I'm ethically weighted for the vegan. I cost myself $10 million to not hurt any human cells.
I wonder.
Man, I'm gonna get the vegan one next time. I'm gonna get the vegan booster.
So, with the NBA, what's the storyline so far that you both are most excited about? Because there's been a lot of surprises this season. Even just looking at whether it's certain players or certain teams, just a lot of surprises around the league. So thus far, what's been your favorite NBA storylines?
Go ahead, Mike.
I mean, me, I've been enjoying the I don't know what to call it, like the super villain LeBron thing going on. Like LeBron's had like a couple issues this year, and it's like you didn't usually see that. And people are all like, "Oh my God, like what's going on with LeBron?" His behavior is just like spiraling, and it's like he's kind of having like regular issues that a lot of players have or whatever, but seeing it from him has been like interesting. So like seeing him have that altercation and get suspended, and then he had the COVID protocol thing, which I don't really know whatever happened. And he just basically get a false positive and get another test, and everything was cool. But it's like all these like little issues that you never really saw with LeBron have kind of been happening, and it's been entertaining to look at and be like, oh yeah, like now people recognize LeBron's not just like Superman or nothing. Like he's a normal guy when it comes to certain stuff. So it's been cool to watch that.
But doesn't this kind of remind you of his last year in Cleveland, where everybody was piling on him all regular season, and then the playoffs came, and he was just like, "Wait, who's going to stop me from going to the basket?"
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I can see that too. Like guys like that, you don't usually want to fuel their fire. You know what I mean? Like, you saw with Steph too the other day. Like, what was it like last week? Steph got a T, which is like super. You don't see Steph when he threw the mouth guard. The whole world was like, "Oh my God! Like, what happened with him?"
Did he get fouled?
He got fouled. He's always getting beat up at the rim, and they don't call fouls. I think the refs are just like, no, too bad. Like,
go back to shooting threes. Don't
he does get like some of the Shaq treatment, like with the refs, even though he's 110 pounds. Like, they go,
it's Steph. He's supposed to make that anyway. It's okay. Like, but so he gets a T, and then obviously he starts going nuts and throws a T back at the ref. But I thought he was gonna get a second T for that one. Did not. That was a good move by the ref. You gotta hold that one back. But
come on.
You don't fuel some of these guys' fire, which could be happening with LeBron. So you never know.
Well, the Lakers need to get their shit together because what they got going on. Because what is this? Come
Absolutely.
on. I'm Team LeBron, but they are struggling, and I don't like to see it.
They are.
But they're also like a brand new team. I don't know. I'm the other way. I feel like they're figuring it out, and I also think like with Russell Westbrook teams, they always it's like this always happens. Like they start like this, and then they figure it out, and then they sometimes don't figure it out enough to win a championship, and then people flip the other way. But it's always like in the beginning of the year, people are like, "How can you can't make it work with Russell Westbrook?" And then they're a top 4 seed. And then they win some playoff series, and everyone apologizes to Russell Westbrook, and then they get bounced, and then everybody piles back on him again and gets mad at him for wearing funky clothes.
Yeah, people are quick to be like, no, like Russell Westbrook, this and that. It's Russ's fault. And it's like, okay, like Russ has the ball all the time, and he was turning that thing over, but it's like he's gonna be part of your success down the road. So it's like I always think it's funny that people pile it on him early in seasons. That happen. It seems like almost every team he goes to, people are like ready to be sick of Russ, like in the first 4 preseason games, and then by the end of the year, they're like, no, Russ, please stay. So we'll see how that plays out.
I was having a conversation with a guy who works in the NBA, and we were talking about like I really do think it's just about how he dresses, because if you look at Mike Conley and Russell Westbrook, their careers are not that different. Like in terms of like stats, production, accolades, like what they've accomplished. I mean, Russ is the MVPs too. And Russ is more shine in general, but like, I think that, I mean, nobody hates Mike Conley. You can't find anybody who's anti Mike Conley, but so many people hate Russ. And I really think it's like, I mean, personally, I think Russ dresses very cool, but I think some people feel threatened when he wears a poncho to an NBA game or something.
Yeah, people just don't like loud, I think. Like, like when you make too many waves, like somebody's got something to say about it. When you compare his game to Mike Conley, like I could see the comparison, but Russ's game is loud. Like Mike Conley is like not super loud when it comes to stuff like that. So yeah, I could definitely see that though. He pushes boundaries in the fashion sense, but you know what I mean? I think that's pretty bold, honestly. Like he does stuff a lot of guys wouldn't do. So that's cool to me.
Yeah, the thing that people do is they won't let you be loud until after you've won a championship. But the new thing that I can't stand, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, is they try to take people's championships away to like criticize them like they used to. Like I see them doing it with Anthony Davis on TV all the time. It's like, how can you say whether he's a winner or not? He has a championship. Like it makes no sense.
Like he's
to me.
won.
Have you noticed that? That's a new thing in sports.
yeah.
They never used to unchampionship people like in these dumb sports debate shows. But has that reached you guys at all? That they've been doing that in the NBA a little bit?
I mean,
I
I've
didn't really
seen it.
notice it, but now that you say it, yeah. But like when I'm watching it, like I would guess I never really thought of it like that. But they,
I mean, they do it with
like,
Kyrie
they already
too.
won.
So.
They
Yeah,
do it
it's
with
like they already
Kyrie.
won, like, you
They
can't
do it with
take it
with
back.
KD.
Mm-hmm.
They do it with a lot of guys where it's like, oh, like he only kind of like, I don't know how they say it. They basically are like, oh, he won the championship because they won the championship because it's like, yeah, they didn't used to do that, right? Like you had a ring or you didn't, and it's not like, oh, because of your circumstance or the asterisks with the bubble and this and that. They do it with a lot of situations. Like basically every year somebody's got something to say about some bench guy or some guy who hasn't won and finally won. And it's like, oh, this guy's just a champion because how the year went and his teammates.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no. It's like, no, but he has a ring. Like, shut up.
Yeah, how the year went. They ended up with a championship. That's how the year went. And then on the flip side of that, in the NBA draft, like every later pick, every year they'll choose a later pick, a couple of guys, and they'll be like, he could be like Robert Horry for contender. And then they ascribe all of Robert Horry's rings to like Robert Horry's a champion in their mind. Meanwhile, Anthony Davis did so much more to win a championship than Robert Horry did to win 6. But KD was probably patient zero for that. I think that's a really good point. Like they never used to do that. And then KD won 2 in a row. And now it has to be like, is KD's ring worth as much as
Are
Jimmy
they
Butler's
valid?
finals? Yeah.
They think KD has half rings. Like they swear his rings are like not full rings. I'm like, that is so stupid. Like
He needs to just buy ESPN. KD needs to just buy ESPN at that point. Call it like KD ESPN and just round the because he could. So just round the clock, positive KD coverage, and make them say the word. Because ultimately, a lot of those guys, Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith, are just saying the words that people type and put in front of them. So put KD in charge of that whole company.
He gave a shit, maybe. He does not care about none of that, I don't think. Like I don't think he cares about like the narrative behind him or nothing like that. Like he went there to win a championship. That's what he did. Like, all right, mission accomplished. Like, move forward.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
Do you think go for it, sorry.
Funny. No, I was just saying he's funny. Like he will literally write you back on Twitter. That's how much he doesn't care. Like all he wants to do is go ball out, and then if you start talking shit, he just gonna write back at shit. Like he doesn't care. It's so funny.
I was watching him do it the other day.
Do you think he cared about the lotion-gate thing? That was a pretty brutal one.
I don't know.
I think like eventually he's probably like, all right, like get over it. But at the end of the day, like he makes more money than a lot of people will ever touch in their lives. So like if you don't want to put on lotion one day, who cares? Like I would rather be super ashy and a superstar like him than to be well lotioned and not that. So like I think he just like he's with the shit. So he's just funny. He knows what it is. He's funny.
It's funny.
Yeah.
He hears it all.
My legs, I would rather, if I don't lotion my legs, do you think I can make millions of dollars? Because I'll do it right now. Just
I'll never touch lotion again.
Ever. Like it's fine.
It would be great if he took that corner the way that Anthony Davis took the unibrow thing, and like kids growing up were like, I'm gonna be ashy because KD is that. And then you just have elementary school kids just with mid-range jumpers that are wet and they're ashy, and it's just an epidemic across America. KD's already, he's my favorite player in the NBA. I think he's the greatest athlete in the history of Maryland, and I would love to see it. So KD, if you want to go that route, I fully support it. I'll send you
about to be out of business.
Right? You gotta market that. You gotta market that shit. Anthony Davis was like pretending to shave his unibrow and shit as a joke. Like imagine him pretending to put some lotion on, like as a joke. April Fool's, like
that would be funny.
Oh shit.
he might actually have the cultural cachet where a few people will follow him. I don't know.
I'll do
guaranteed.
it. Pay
Guaranteed.
me. I'll do it. No questions asked. I don't care. I'll do it.
Okay, so what's your price, Kiah? How much to not wear lotion for an entire winter time?
Entire winter?
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
Winter's got to be harder to go no lotion than the summer, right?
It's got to be.
Yeah. Realistically, I do it for $1 million. I do right now for $1 million. Put $1 million, no taxes on it in my bank account right now. I will not lotion my legs until spring. Right now, I don't care.
Well, I didn't know taxes would be a deal breaker. I didn't know you would only do this.
I mean, I need to take
contribute you didn't want to pitch in to help build roads in your neighborhood if you're gonna go lotion.
No, because I'm over in Turkey. So what my $1 million gonna do for me over here if I pay that to y'all over there?
Facts.
No.
Facts.
So I'm just saying, right now, I want $1 million in my bank. Like one transaction, $1 million in my bank right now.
Throw it all my lotion.
Throw it out.
No lotion.
I'll throw it out. I live on the 37th floor. I'll throw it out my window. Hopefully nobody's underneath it. I don't care.
Yeah, no, that's how serious you are.
Yes.
$1 million. Somebody in Turkey gets concussed by a half-full Jergens bottle.
Well, they don't have Jergens out here. They got the Turkish brand, but like, I think it's Neutrogena. That's not Turkish. I have this in my bathroom. But yeah, they don't have Jergens. Sorry.
So, some other basketball news. So, in college, they started, players are really getting paid. The first big one that I saw was Paige Bueckers got sponsored by Gatorade, and then Azzy Fudd joined Steph Curry's company, and a lot of stuff's happening. I wanted to talk first. I mean, initially, I just wanted to talk about Paige getting the Gatorade deal and what do you think that'll mean. But now there's some other Paige news. So we'll talk about all that and maybe one other thing. So let's start with that. What did you think of a college athlete basically being one of the faces of Gatorade?
Finally. I feel like as college athletes, we do so much and we bring in so much money for the schools, for the programs, for everything, and the NCAA just for us to not use our own name. Like, I think it's stupid. So the fact that they finally changed it, that you can use your name, your own likeness to make money, your brand, because not saying this is Paige's case, but like a lot of players peak in college and they don't necessarily make it that far in the pros. But imagine you brought in so much for your college. You could have so much money based on your work that you did for that school, that team, and be set instead of going to the NBA, WNBA and being a bust. And then it's like everything kind of slips away. And then it's what? You're just used to be a great college athlete versus now you can actually use that, get money. I know we wish we could do that, go back and start making some money, but like we can't. But I mean, I know for me personally, I'm not a selfish person. I want everyone who goes through what we all did as college athletes to benefit and profit, because that shit's hard. So like, I'm really happy the game is changing, and I think it's only going to go up from here.
Yeah, I was talking with the same NBA guy about how much Tim Tebow would have made if he could have gotten paid in college. Like, he could have gotten paid like $200 million. He really got like 2 national championships at one of the biggest programs in the world. Like, it is, I mean, it's crazy how much these guys make these schools, and then also how much they have to leave on the table, and not anymore.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's dope too. I think more guys, like, imagine guys, even just a couple years ago, like the Zions of the world, like imagine how much money you could have made. And like Kiah said, like some guys, they don't, like, a lot of athletes don't go into the pros and like, oh, they have like this huge like 12-year career and this and that. Like, there's a huge percentage of guys who go in and they're there for a year or two and then they bounce around and they're done. And it's like, if you could have made money earlier, coming out of high school, you're one of the biggest recruits, you go to college, boom, you get hurt or something. It's like, if you could have made money during your college career, like that changes like the trajectory of your life, right? So I'm definitely all for it. I was really excited seeing those 2 girls hit the news with that. And I was excited with the Paige stuff as well. And hopefully, I was going to ask you guys, is there an update on her? Is she doing all right?
6 to 8 weeks. It's a broken bone in her leg. At least it's not an ACL. It looked like it was like the same thing that KD and Clay had from the clip. And it's not that. It's like a fracture in her leg. So she'll be back for March Madness, and more importantly, it's not like there's no risk of like a long-term setback from it.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because she's so young. I mean, she has everything in front of her, you know?
Right.
Yeah, she'll be fine. Like I think I said, the longest 8 weeks, so she'll be good. I know the rehab people at UConn, they're amazing. So shout out to UConn, my little Huskies.
You want to shout out anyone specific? Do you know?
Nah.
Okay. So some other new stuff happening this week. There's a new Matrix movie coming out. Are you guys Matrix fans?
Like I kind of am. I didn't know they were making another one. Isn't it pretty late for that? Like, when was the last one? What year was that?
Like 12 years ago, 15 years ago.
Jeez.
I know
And
Keanu
that's
Reeves
the last
is
time I
like,
watched a Matrix movie, 12 or 15 years ago.
Same. I haven't watched them recently. That's for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely gigantic when we were kids, and then like it felt like they lost all the momentum with the second and third one. But that first Matrix movie is awesome.
For sure.
So
Well, I gotta go back and rewatch it.
Yeah, now I definitely gotta go back and rewatch
certain
them all.
scenes. Couldn't really tell you what happens.
The first one is like
dodging
perfect.
bullets at one point, and yeah, that's it.
I like the second and third one. Most people don't. Most people think they suck. I think they're fun, but I hope that. I mean, if the fourth one is great, people will care about it again, and we'll see. The other thing, we started watching a True Story, Kevin Hart's thing on Netflix. Have you guys watched that? Oh, yeah.
I started it up. I'm like 3 episodes in. For the first second, I was like, is this actually based on Kevin Hart? Like, like legitimately, like, you know what I mean? Because you could see like super similarities. Not to mention it's called True Story. But no, I'm gonna go ahead and hope it's not.
You know what? I thought it was gonna be exactly based off of him because he had a blackmailing scandal where he got set up by somebody in his crew where basically they were like, you know, we're going to photograph you with a girl who's not your girlfriend, and then we're going to we're going to sell the pictures to the paparazzi unless you pay us. Like, that's exactly what happened to him.
Right.
And it was by one of the, like, it happened. It was done by one of the friends he grew up with in Philly, like somebody he's known 30 years. So I thought this was going to be about that, and it's very different. I don't know. I thought that parts of it are great, and then a couple things happened later on in it where I'm like, well, that was weird. Like, that doesn't make sense.
You haven't started it at all, Kiah?
But now I'm about to.
Yeah, it started.
And
we'll talk about it like next podcast or the one after.
For sure.
Yeah, I could definitely do that.
Cool.
Because now I'm very interested. Yeah, got me curious.
No, it's good. I mean, I think it's definitely like really fun. There's just a couple of things, and we'll talk about this. There's a couple of things that happen in the story where I go, that character, like, there's fringe characters where I go, that fringe character is stupid. But all of the core characters, like Wesley Snipes is in it, he's really good. Like, all the core characters are really good. But then there's fringe characters that do stuff that move the story forward where I'm like, I don't like that character.
Right. I got
like the super fan is my least favorite character. I just don't think that guy's a real adult person.
Right.
Super fan, terrible. I already hate him.
Hate that character.
Great.
Yeah, good. Okay,
we just kind of ran into him, but I hate him too.
Good. I'm glad. Consensus. Let's end with that. Just all of us agreeing, especially Kiah, on a character that we
super
hate.
Fan, terrible. Never liked him. Don't even know why he's in the show. Oh my gosh. Just can't.
Worst part of the show.
Worst part by far.
Can't wait to criticize him.
Yeah.
There's somebody out there that loves that character and Adele, and they're gonna send us hate mail, but that's okay.
There's no one out there that loves that character. Sorry to the actor. I'm sorry. Whatever your name is, bro. We don't like it.
I love it. Let's end with that. Okay. Well, thanks for listening. My name's Will Poznan. You can find me on Instagram at Will Poznan. Kiah, tell people where they can find you.
Instagram and Twitter, Stokes41.
And Myke?
I'm Myke Mulder. I'm at Myke Mulder 11.
and check out True Story featuring Kevin Hart, but fast forward all the scenes with the super fan in it.
Because he sucks.